Whoa. Hopefully I'm streaming. Hopefully you can hear me. So that'd be good if you can hear me. Yeah. Are my filters applied to my thing? Yes, they are. Okay. Hey, remember how I said I was gonna fix the audio from the last video? Yeah, I didn't do that. I've been studying a lot of audio stuff, but I haven't fixed my current audio. I know it probably sounds horrible that I'm moving this mic around. Yeah, I've been researching a lot of audio stuff. I'm sure that sounded great, all those springs running around. Okay. Yeah, welcome to episode 1 of the currently Untitled Podcast. And, by the way, I don't mean to do that thing where some people do, like, Smoshes or Smosh Pits or whatever it is. The show with no name, where I start it and I'm trying to think of a name, and then I leave it that way forever. So hopefully I don't do that, but I might. Who knows? Is this lagging? Probably. Yeah, I know the lighting sucks as well. I should have fixed that. Oh, great. My clothes are in the shot. My dirty clothes. That's great. I didn't think they were in the shot. That's nice. Yeah, so oh, it's my birthday. Yeah. Wait, what time is it? Yeah, it's still my birthday. Uh March 15th, 2005. So when I was born. I should probably check my stream viewer on what's it? YouTube. So I know I'm actually streaming. Do I have a display capture open? No, I just have the camera open. That's good. I mean, again, like I said, never have anything I don't need to show. But just in case. Maybe I'll leak my email password or something like that. My channel. Yay, I'm live right now. Wow. That's great. Probably should be wearing headphones, but I kinda don't want to right now. I might delete this episode and start over. I really don't like deleting episodes, but it might be a crappy episode, so who knows? But we're just gonna sit here and chat. It's more fun when I have somebody to chat with, like my friend who normally joins. But seeing as I started this podcast at 11:33 p.m., then yeah, it's probably not the best time for people to join. Also, hopefully it's not laggy. Oh yay, we're using 4% of my CPU. A 4.2 now. That's good. Love that. I don't know if that's bad for it or not. I don't know. I don't know how much of my CPU OBS should be using. Probably not over 4%. I don't know. Let's Google it. I got nothing better to do. It's not like I'm doing a podcast currently. How much CPU should OBS CPU video encoder presets change quality. The OBS default very fast for the one of the things that comes up is 80% CPU usage. Okay, I would think not, but how much CPU usage is normal? Normal CPU usage is 2 to 4% at idle, 10 to 30 when playing less demanding games, up to 70 for more demanding ones, and up to 100 for rendering work. So it's fine, I guess. I don't know. I'm not an expert by any means. I am a very professional streamer. I should bend over to get this. That was loud. There we go. Crap, I knocked over my drink. Not this drink. The other drink. Is that drink on screen? Can you see it? That was loud. I need to be quiet. I don't like that my desk is not completely in frame. I feel like I have a little too much headspace. When I film. But I like you being able to see. I'm not used to mirrored cameras. I should be. I should definitely be. That's not even mirrored. That reads perfectly, so I'm just stupid. That thing over there. Or I'm not used to looking at myself in a thing because it's mirrored. It's weird. This thing, I like you to be able to see that, even though I never put stuff up on it. That's just birthday cards, but they don't look great in frame. I like you to be able to see that thing, and I also like you to be able to see that shelf. I'm not just an idiot, by the way. I'm not looking at it behind me. I'm just looking at it in the viewer. So yeah, I know the lighting sucks. I usually try and fix that. I usually turn off my light and add a different light, or I try to, so it's not so yellow and fuzzy. I'm looking into investing in a $600 camera. Like, $600 my price ceiling. $500 was my price ceiling, but it's like, I'm not gonna. I feel like I would be happier if I spent $600 rather than if like I looked back and I was like, you know what, for $100 more I could have got this camera. But then again, maybe I'll look back and be like, hey, for $100 more than $600, I could have got this camera. Which, I mean, I want to say I can't afford it, but I can. I just don't like spending money that much. I really don't like spending money. I like things bought for me. I mean, I think that's everybody. People want things bought for them and don't like spending money. Okay, I need to pull my stream viewer up in a different tab. So, where is my OBS? Can you add a display capture in the middle of a stream? We'll find out. This is not the one I wanted. I just bam, fixed it. Sorry, I'm trying to figure things out. My brain is being stupid. Game capture should be off. Display capture on. And bam. 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 Bam Shazam. On a lamb. Face cam off. There we go. Okay. I'm a genius. So I've been looking at a ton of audio stuff. Ton of audio equipment. I'm not gonna buy that anywhere time soon because that's $400. But I guess right now I'm gonna geek out more about cameras, which I know less about. But cameras are more plug and play. Like, I'm not gonna say it's not hard to operate a camera, because it is sometimes, but it's more like, as long as you get the good camera, it's really plug and play to use. Sometimes a good mic is still not super intuitive. Like, you have to do a lot of research to know what you're getting, especially if you're on a budget. Because I feel like if you have more money, you can either afford to screw up. One second, I'm putting my face cam back in here. I just shrunk it, but that good? Hopefully. Um, what was I gonna say? Like, I feel like you can either afford to waste more money and mess up, or you can have somebody figure it out for you, or you can just buy the best equipment or really good equipment that for sure works, uh, and you can just plug your stuff in and do it. Like, if I had money, I would just buy a Rodecaster. Actually, I probably wouldn't buy a Rodecaster. They're great, and okay. Let's look it up. That's not what I wanted. Rodecaster Pro. Um, like, if I had the money, I would just buy a Rodecaster. But the only problem I find with the Rodecaster, the only problem I find with the Rodecaster is, can we see the back of it? I'll show you the back of it in a second. It only has 4 inputs. Like, see, it only has 4 inputs right here. And then if you go to the back of it, again, only 4 XLR inputs. You could get a splitter, but I don't know how well splitters work. Oh, you can record onto a micro SD. I did not know that. I bet that's what that's for. Don't judge me if it's not, because I don't know. But I really want at least 6 inputs. 5 would be fine, but it looks like it's hard to find one with 4 preamps, which is what these are, if you're unaware. I said I wasn't going to geek out about audio, but I really can't help myself. It's really hard to find one with 5 preamps, it seems like. It's like, if you're going to get 5, just get 6. The reason I've been doing a lot of research into this, I don't know if they want me to say this. It'll be fine. Nobody watches this channel. I also don't think they care. I'm trying to start up a podcast with my friends. And I've been doing a lot of research into stuff. It is not on here. Why didn't I add it to this? What's the thing I need? Why am I asking these people? I need to. Where's my comment thing? There's like a. There's a stream interface thing. It's like a comment thing that is usually here. Docs? Chat. There we go. Oh, there is chat. Let's figure this out. Let's respond to this guy. Yeah. Question mark? That's how I talk, apparently. Can you not respond in the chat here? Okay. I'll see if he responds. Um, what is it? Sorry, I'm trying to think of it. Oh, there it is. Behringer, Linux, USB X. That should be close enough. Not that one, not that one. Not that one. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. This is what I want to get. Although, okay. When I said okay, I was responding to the comment. I think I have some. I've heard there's some ethical dilemmas with Behringer as a company, because um, they copy a lot of stuff. Like a lot of their designs are stolen, but that also means they're cheaper. That's the ethical dilemma, and it's like I'm I could get the setup of my dreams with what I have, like in money saved, but then I won't have any money saved. It's like I could buy all the stuff I want to, but considering how little I record and how much money it'd be, it just wouldn't be worth it. Like I could buy a cloud lifter and a SM7B and a Procaster, uh, and it'd be fine. How much is that? It's like more. It's like $1,000 or something, probably more. Uh, but it's like I kind of just don't want to. I don't want to spend that much money and just not have money. Anyways, I want to buy this for our podcast. We're not at that stage yet. We're gonna start it with the Blue Yeti I have here, and there's an omnidirectional setting, and we're just gonna set it to that um easily, and it's gonna be a little fuzzy because the Blue Yeti, I've learned through my research recently that I probably could have gotten a better USB mic for the Blue Yeti. Is like, it's a good mic, it's just like not what I recommend. So for example, how much is the Blue Yeti? uh yet Blue Yeti uh Fallout 76. This is the one I have, so I want to know exactly how much it is. $80 used, $60, $219. I don't know how much it was when it came out. This bundle is $322 on eBay. I don't know if they have a bundle out yet now, but let's say it was about $150, $100 to $150, because $100 is what a Blue Yeti is normally. I gotta make sure I'm right. It looks like they may have gone up in price. Amazon, Blue Yeti. I'm searching this to prove a point. $120. So I probably paid about this isn't the XLR one, right? I don't think this is the XLR one. So I probably paid about 150. 150 plus this cheap camera, which wasn't part of the deal. I'm just saying I bought the Blue Yeti for 150. And I bought I don't know why why was I showing it to the microphone? I'm an idiot. I bought this camera for $100. It is crap. I definitely wish I wouldn't have bought it. There are better cameras out there for $100. Still have an SD in it currently. No, it doesn't. It's not the worst camera. It's the worst camera for what I bought it for. Like, if I've heard some people just get it like as their kid's first camera so they can just learn exposure and stuff, and they can just take photos and they don't have to be super quality photos. Or some dudes take it hunting to take pictures of tracks, and they're not the best photos, but it's okay for what they want it for. And if it gets lost, if you have a job and can get like money, it's not that big of a loss because it's a really cheap camera. So it's good for that. I bought it for YouTube. I don't know why I put it back because I'm gonna show you. It has a flippable screen like this. That's why I bought it. Because there are definitely better cameras out there for $100, but they don't have flippable screens. I could have bought a GoPro. I wish I'd bought a GoPro. If I was gonna buy a camera, I definitely wish I would have bought a GoPro instead of this. Because that camera sucks for YouTube. That's what I bought it for. Oh yay, Inception, fun. I was just making sure my chat was up to sync. But GoPros don't have flippable LCDs. Like, I really wanted a flippable LCD because they're nice. They're really nice to see yourself in. And you can know if it's recording because sometimes it's not. Which also, that reminds me, I have a shotgun mic. It's a pretty good shotgun mic. I could have probably also bought a shotgun mic for the price I bought that for. I don't know how much it was. But a shotgun mic I use. Well, I have two shotgun mics I use. But that shotgun mic, like, it's a pretty good deal for what I bought it for. I believe. I don't remember what I bought it for, but I think it's a pretty good deal for what I bought it for. And the only major peeve I have with that, the only major annoyance I have with that, is that the light to tell you that the battery's good is on the back of the mic, which is annoying because I'm like, I don't want it doesn't mean no good then. Like, I mean, like, I can still tell if the battery's dead if I go look at the back of it, but I don't think it plugs into your phone, but it doesn't just run off of phone power. So it's, you know, like, you need batteries in it. But if the batteries die halfway through your recording, you can't really tell because the green light to tell you that it's good and got power is on the back. The other mic I use, I think it's a little less quality. I need to do a sound test. But it's just you plug it in, you don't have to worry about the battery. That's why I use that mic more. But it's like, I don't know. That's the only major issue I had with that. Anyways, back to the mixer. We're gonna start with this mic, obviously. But as we upgrade to XLR mics, you may say the next logical step is USB mics, but I've heard, haven't tested, I need to do more research into this side of it. I've heard that the USB mics aren't, well, USB mics in general are less reliable, but it's hard to record multiple USB mics into the same interface or the same computer at the same time. I've heard, apparently. I don't know why that would be. I'm sure there's a logical explanation for it that I haven't looked into, but so I thought about that. I need to do more research into that. But it's also like, at the price of these USB mics, if we just doubled the price, we could get a good dynamic, like, let's say, so the mics I want to get when we get XLR mics are, dang it, I said I wasn't going to nerd out about audio. The reason I don't want to nerd out about audio is because I want to wait till I have the mic to say a testament to its greatness. Yes. Who texted? I'm, again, very professional. I check my phone in the middle of podcast. Also, I think I've mentioned it before, but oh, you asked the question. I just skipped past it because I'm an idiot. Largest living land mammal and predator. I don't know if you're still on the stream, man. I bet you aren't, because I just didn't answer the question and I said yeah. Largest living land mammal and predator? Well, isn't the elephant seal the largest land mammal? No, elephant seal is a land mammal. Is it hippo land mammal? I ain't got no idea, man. Cause a hippo is like the largest predator. Which I don't know if a hippo is technically classified as a predator, but they don't they kill more people than tigers or whatever? And hippos suck, because hippos just apparently my bitrate is not going well. The hippos just kill you. They don't need your meat. They don't eat meat, I don't think. The hippos just they just, murder you because they can. I think the elephant seal is the largest mammal, right? Sea mammal? I have no idea. Elephant seal is very large. And I don't think he's still on the stream, so I'm gonna Google this because it's on my mind now. Largest living land mammal. African bush elephant. I had elephant in the title. Why is this chart so small? I hate it when they do that. Didn't know that. Funny. That ain't looking like no elephant I have ever seen, but it's I don't know what that is. I said Hudson said, and I made a weird sound. Elephant seal. Seal size? They're huge. Aren't they? Can't they get super big? That's pretty big. Hey, those look like those things that the new crappy Star Wars movies? I mean, they're okay. But looks like that thing Han Solo milks, and everybody was like, Why you gotta put the tip milk scene in the thing? Why you gotta milk it? Like, why? Why did you have to milk it and green liquid come out? Was that scene necessary? And Disney was like, yes. I don't know if Disney was like, yes. I just assumed they were like leaned into it and was like, yeah. Oh, my stream health is horrible. That's fun. Why is my stream health so horrible? So horrible. Fun. YouTube Studio. Maybe don't want to show that. I mean, force +1 subscriber in the last thing. Again, it's like I don't have anything bad. It's just like rather safe than sorry. Details, analytics, you and live control room. That's what I wanted. I had 2 viewers for a while. 2 viewers, 0 viewers. Oh, 2 viewers is me. I hate that it count. That's also something I don't like. I don't know what that means. The audio stream's current bitrate is blah 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 blah. I don't care. I don't know. I need to do research in that. Okay. I hate that it counts my view as a view when I'm on the same account. It's like, why? You don't need to count it as a view. I hate that. Yeah, it's just like, man, did somebody join? Maybe. Possibly. What was I gonna say? Anyways, yeah, I've been doing a lot of research into audio. The Zenix 12222 USB or whatever I think this is what I want to get. And the reason being, could get an audio interface, but I'll show you the problem with that. 6 mic pre's audio interface. I say this has 4 mic pre's, and it's $419. Now remember that. The Scarlett 18i8 only has 4 mic pre's, and it is like it is $419. But to be fair, Scarlett or Foresight, it's Focusrite. That's how it's pronounced. I've heard it pronounced since I've been studying all this audio stuff. I've heard it pronounced right, and it's Focusrite. But I always looked at it and saw Foresight because there's some things like that you don't look at another time. So I'm gonna keep calling it Foresight. So there's this. This has 8 mic pre's. I know you're probably thinking if you look at it from the front, it only has 2, and some of you are probably like, "What the hell's a mic pre?" Preamps. They're these things. That's what the XLR cable goes into. Or can you put a TRS into TRS? Yeah, can you put a TRS into that? I think you may be able to put a TRS into that. I may be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But so yeah. Anyways, you may or may not be able to put a TRS into that, but I'd use XLR because TRS is more for instruments, I believe, and also I don't know if you can get stereo sound on a TRS? I don't know. I'm very confused with it. It's very difficult to learn when you know nothing, and you don't go to audio school. But anyways, doesn't have two mic pre's. Oh, let's show the back of this. This is an 8 mic pre's. Come on. That is stupid. I like Focusrite, but like, why don't you have? Huh, that's weird. So I'm assuming this has two mic pre's right here. I'm assuming it has 4 on the or 4 or 5. I'm assuming it has 6 on the back, but uh, I don't know because I can't see it for some reason. Also, this is meant to go in a rack. A rack is what musicians carry around to plug all their stuff into each other, and it's out of my price range. Well, it's out of my price range, like fiscally. Is that the right term? Hopefully I sound smart. Yeah, I bet they're on the back because it has 8 knobs. But why wouldn't you show a picture of the back? That's stupid. It's out of my price range, money wise, but it's also I'm at like out of my. When people are like, "That's out of my price range," like they don't know how to do it or figure it out. And it's very complicated because rather than having just, oh, this is an audio interface, by the way. Rather than just having your mic go into the audio interface and the computer or whatever, or straight to an output or an amp, then like, because that's what you do when you don't have money and you do YouTube, and it's fine, and you're not really a musician. You can just get 8i6. That means there's 8 inputs, 6 outputs, right? See, this one shows the back and it's like super small. Or that should be a 4i4, right? Sorry, my brain is broken. Those 2 inputs, is that's what it's counting it as? I think these might be considered 2 inputs. I don't know. I'm stupid, by the way. I'm just letting you know. Anyways, you could just get something like this, which is not what you want to get if you're solo recording. I don't know why it's not on here. Focusrite to 2i2, 2i1 that doesn't exist. No, that's why I was like, that looks weird. It's because it's an off-brand. It's also an off-brand. Both sponsored. You'd want to record with something like this. This is just this is a 2i2. And really, if you're solo recording, you do not need a 2i2. If you're solo recording, you can go with a I was gonna say 1i1, but I guess it's just it's called a Focusrite Solo, but it could also be what's on the back? And it doesn't show the back. I hate it when it doesn't show the back. It's very annoying. But why do my viewers keep spiking? It's weird. Keeps going up and down, but nobody comments. I don't know who joined, who left. Anyways, so difference is this only has 1 mic preamp, and you can't plug a TRS cable into that. Reason I know is it doesn't have a hole in the middle. Go to 2i2. 2i2 has a hole in the middle, and I believe that means you can plug a TRS into it as well as a XLR. Sorry, for some reason that word wasn't going right in my head. If you want to know what a TRS cable is, by the way, I did a ton of research on this, and I'm still not articulating it well at all. Probably because I'm very tired. Typical TRS cable. 2 bands, 2 black bands. It plugs in, typically what you'd see on instruments and stuff like that. TS cable, which is this. This is 3.5. It's TS, I believe. Yeah. Oh, it really says it right here: 1/4 inch TS to 1/8 3.5. So 1/8 jack and a 3.5 jack the same? Don't get on me. I don't think they are. Anyways, point is, this TS cable. Also used on instruments. But the difference is this signal is mono because it has 1 band. This signal is stereo because it has 2 bands. You don't know what an XLR is for some reason. I'm so used to talking about XLRs because I have a TV production class, and I've also just done a lot of research into it. XLR is this. So this is a female XLR. This is male XLR. So male to female XLR. Yeah, literally says right there. That's what an XLR cable looks like. So, anyways, point was you can plug this. This would not go in a mic. Let's find one that would. So this side would go into a microphone, typically, if you had a XLR microphone. And then let's say it went to this, but it had not this side, it had the other side. Let's just find an image of it so I can explain it better. Okay. Microphones will have male XLRs. So you can plug this into sorry, my brain isn't working. You can plug this in a microphone because it's female, goes in male. Male is always on microphone usually. Pretty much always. I haven't yet to see a microphone with a female XLR. So, and this plugs in your thing, and I believe this is a mono signal thing can plug into this. Wow, that took way too long to say. God, that took way too long to describe. That sucked. That took way too long for me to figure out. I had it figured out in my brain perfectly, but for some reason it's just not clicking up here. So, you can plug it into this, I believe, which really is confusing me. Because I know this is mono, but I don't know if it records in mono. I assume it records in stereo, because why wouldn't it? Even though it's giving out a mono signal, it can't split it in half, though. This is the point. But you could easily just get one with This. Right? And that's stereo. But a stereo signal can plug into this, right? So what I'm currently trying to figure out is if I need a male to female XLR and what the benefit of having a male to female XLR versus TRS cable. And I've tried to figure it out. Trust me, I've tried to figure it out. It's just like I haven't been able to because I'm stupid. So, anyways, point was, for solo recording, you don't even need this. Forget it. Forget it. Stupid. For solo recording, all you need is this, but you might want to invest in this. It's a little more. How much is this? $150. I know it says $119 here, but the original list price is $150, so we're going with that. Because I hate it when YouTubers go off discounts, and it's like, well, that could change. That's subject to change. And it would bother me less if they went off the normal price, but were like, hey, now it's on sale for this price. Sorry, I've been drinking Mountain Dew. I'm sure that sounded great in the mic, me swallowing. Anyways, this is about solo is about $150. Is about $210. So for like $60 more, you can get 2 mic preamps. So you might want to invest in a 2i2 just in case you like have your friend on and he can record, but then you have to buy another mic, whatever. But it might just be worth it to spend the extra $60 up front so you have another thing. But the point is, for a podcast, I need 4 mic preamps for 4 people. That's 5 people. I need 4 mic preamps for 4 people. Problem is, 4 mic press. I know it's not press, but that's just how I pronounce it. It's 4 mic pre's, I believe. It's a 2 mic press. Okay. I was clicking on it to see if it had. Sometimes they have drop down arrows, and you can select it without having to scroll through this. But apparently not. Okay. So I've been thinking of buying a Zoom. But God, Zooms are expensive. Like, look at that. It is $299. It's actually a really good deal. That's $300. What? Sorry, I looked at that. I've been looking at this. I haven't seen it before. This comes with. Oh, those aren't that great of headphones. Or it doesn't look like they're that great of headphones. Who knows? They could be the best in the world. 2 Samsung mics. Wow, it's a pretty good deal. $399. Anyways, been looking into buying a Zoom. And obviously, I want the H6. But the H4 offers a lot of stuff that I really actually do like. Sorry, I'm trying to find the base model Zoom. Sorry, I know I'm sticking my finger in my ear like that, and it's probably weird and gross to see on camera. But the reason I'm doing that is because the top of my throat starts itching. I don't know. It's a weird thing sometimes when I cough, or sometimes it just happens when I swallow. The roof of my throat starts itching, and my inner ear canal on this ear starts itching. So, like, when I stick my finger in my ear like that, it's not just because I'm weird. I am weird. But it's because if I hold it there, my inner ear does not itch. But it's like, it's so weird. I don't know why it happens, but the roof of my mouth, like all the way to my ear, like internally, starts itching. It's weird. I don't understand it. And if I hold it, it stops. Also, nobody else gets this. I've asked people before, not that, but when I like sneeze really hard or cough really hard, the roof of my mouth starts itching. It's like, I don't know why, and it sucks. And then I lick it more, like I touch it with my tongue, so it'll stop itching. You know, like when you pick at a scab or whatever. But that just makes it worse. Wow, this is a really good deal right now. I so want to buy it, but I'm like, I didn't realize it was this good of a deal right now. Wow. It's Owen Wilson for ya. Wow. Anyways, so this is the PodTrack P4 or the Zoom F4. That's what it's called, right? Not F4, H4. No, this isn't the H4. 1 second. Zoom H4. No, this is the H4. Okay, this is an entirely different thing. Okay, anyways. This is the Zoom PodTrack. This records 4 people. And actually, right now it's at a really good deal. Part of me actually wants to buy it right now, currently. But it's like, here's the thing. It only has 4 inputs, which there's 4 people I want on the podcast. And we're all doing the podcast together. We're all hosting together. But the problem is, if we invite a guest on, boom, no room for the guest. There's no room for the guest because there's only 4 inputs. There's no room for expansion, and I don't think Zoom makes an extension that extends from one of these. But the problem is, this is a really good deal, and for us, if we were just always going to have 4 people on, this would be great. The problem is, I want the H6. The H6 is more expensive, definitely. So this is the H6. And there are actually functions I like. Okay, I need to figure it out before I say I like them better. So it's not what I wanted. Okay, why don't we just bring this back up so we can go between both. This has 4 clear mute buttons. See right there, it's 4 clear mute buttons. You can click it, mute it. Believe that's what that is. I don't see any other function for those mute buttons. This on the other side, I don't know if these little switches here that I'm pointing to on the left, I don't know if those are the mute buttons. Because if they are, that's a lot less convenient than the push buttons is a switch, because that ruffles around. But I don't know. See, these are where you can record the tracks. And I don't know if, like, when the red light's on, those tracks are recording. And that's how you have to set it for the whole podcast. Or if it functions as a mute button and you can just click that and it'll be muted. Because that would be wonderful. And also, you don't want to mess with these knobs. If you're just saying, oh, you can turn it down to 0. It's like, yeah, but then you have to crank it back up, and it's annoying. You wouldn't want to do that. So I don't know if the track recordings or function as mute buttons. In that instance, I really like the PodTrack P4 better. It's a lot more handy to mute, which is great if you need to cough or swallow, which I don't mute. There's a mute button on this microphone, but the mute button on the Blue Yeti sucks, so... Oh crap, I'm an idiot. I just forgot. I have a little thing, if you can see that. Hopefully it'll focus. That's just a thing that tells me what I've set for mute my mic and mute my desktop. So I do have a mute button that I can effectively just click. But if we're sitting around the table, it'd be more effective to click that. Okay, anyways, on to the reason I like the H6 better than the can't speak, I have a lisp. Why I like the H6 better than the P4 in theory. It's like, because I don't know in practice. So, this, again, P4, no room for attachments. However, if you look at this thing is detachable at the top with these buttons, I believe. You click them in and you pull the thing out. This has 4 built-in tracks, just like the P4. But in contrast, like, they're basically the same in that way. But in contrast, this has a detachable attachment thing, which you can add. Where is it? I'll find it. Why don't I just open another Amazon tab, Hudson? H6 mic attachment. Yay, it's not showing up. That's fun. H6 mic attachment. There you go. I think this is the one. So, see this? This adds... Is this an official zoom one? This one looks plasticky and not good, but I think that's just because it's silver and it doesn't blend in with the rest of it. So, this adds 2 more mics. So, this is $100 though. That's a problem. God, that's expensive. So, we go back to this. I can remove this top attachment, which is like if I wanted to do an interview or something, I guess. I can remove that topic attachment and add the to my thing if we ever want a guest, and that effectively makes it have 4 mics, which would be wonderful. Or not 4 mics, sorry, 6 mics, which would be wonderful. Zoom H5. Sorry, I gotta figure out what this is because I haven't seen it before. Zoom H5. This looks weird. If you were gonna... Why is this... There's probably a reason why this is more than the other thing right now. Why this is more than the H4 or the P4. But I have no idea. It looks a lot simpler and it can only record 1 mic, I believe. It shows 2 here. Oh, it has 2 mics. They're at the bottom. why wouldn't you show them then? That's stupid. I hate marketing like that where it doesn't show you the whole view of the thing. So they're there. That can record 2 mics. Why is it more than the H4 right now? I have no idea. No, it's not more than the H4. I'm stupid. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's not more than the H4, is it? No, it is. It is currently more than the H4. Don't know why. Doesn't make sense to me. This says 4 mic press. I'm sure there's a reason. But anyways. So, problem is price. Again, problem is this is, let's say, $300, $320. Because it shows 320 up there, but this is about 300. So 300, 320. So, let's say this is where I'm horrible at math, and I don't know what 300 divided by 4 is. But anyways, if I split the cost between my fellow podcasters, this might be great. It's just like, I don't know, it's a very difficult decision. And I know I said I wasn't going to geek out about audio, but I really, really, really can't help myself. It's like compulsion. It's like I learned so much, I don't want to throw it to waste. Just not saying about it. And I'm 100% sure my mom's tired of hearing about it. I haven't gone this in depth, but... So, point is, even if I get them all to invest in this, we're each going to have to invest another $100. Reason that being is, if I'm getting a great recorder like this, which I know it's a good recorder, I've had it recommended a ton of times. I've done research on it. I don't want to say I've done a ton of research on this specific thing, but I've done a decent amount of research on it, and it's a very good recorder. Problem is, get them all to invest in this. Let's say they do buy it, or we buy it together, which is still a lot of money for each of us because, well, I don't work. One of my friends does. Other two don't, I believe. But it's like, I get them all to invest in this, which I need to look up what 300 divided by 4 is because I'm an idiot and I don't know. Don't judge me, by the way. I'm passing my math class right now. Humble brag that I'm passing a math class well. I am truly the biggest brain. So 320 divided by 4 is 80. Decided to make it 320 in case the price goes up. So we each pay $80 for this. That means we're going to be paying $180. It's a lot. For us, at least. Which, here's the thing. I'd actually be willing to pay it, but it's hard to get everybody else on board with it. And I'm not complaining. I'm not being like, idiots won't pay $180. No, it's hard to gain money, and you don't really want to give it away to an idea that you're not sure is going to work out. If, you know, like, you don't want to give $180 to something you're not sure you're going to do for a while, especially when you don't have a great way of getting that back. Anyways, $180 because, again, like I said, if we buy a Zoom, then it's like, we're not just gonna buy cheap mics, you know. If we buy a Zoom, we're not gonna buy just crappy mics to go with that good equipment. Then there's no point. We might as well just be recording with crappy USB mics anyways. And there's two mics I'm looking at. I'm not gonna mention them now. I'll mention them once I get one of them. For $100, and they're very quality mics. They're like what professionals use. And $100 for a mic in terms of the mics in this market isn't that bad. It's not that bad at all. Problem is, the mic I got, this Blue Yeti did not, but the mic I originally got for this boom arm came with the boom arm and the pop filter or whatever. It was probably like $30 to $40. It's a crappy USB mic. Actually, you know what? It wasn't a crappy USB mic. It was a crappy XLR mic. Or it was an okay XLR mic, but I just didn't do enough research on how to make my audio sound good. I've tried to find it. Like, I've tried to find it multiple times. Not like on Amazon. I mean, like, tried to find where it is. I think it's in storage. I need to get it because I want to see if I can make the audio good on that. So yeah. Oh, this is a renewed one. This is why it's $288. Okay. The new price is $320. Okay, that makes sense. Problem is, I don't completely trust renewed products, which is a refurbished product, I believe, right? Renewed and refurbished are they like the same thing? Is that why it has chips all down the side, or was that just how they decided to shoot it for some reason? This is $369, which is a bit over. It's like, problem is I don't need a battery pack for it. I mean, it'd be good for on-the-go recording, but really, isn't there a... It'd be very annoying if there isn't, but I'm like 100% certain there is. Yeah, there it is. There's a... You can plug it into like a wall socket or something, so I don't need batteries for it. And I'm not just gonna get the crappy headphones, 16 gigabyte thing. Yeah, anyways. What was I saying? Anyways, $180 put us out a decent amount. I'd be fine with it if I got everybody else to invest. But again, we're gonna start with normal equipment. I think I'm gonna end this podcast soon. Has it been a crappy one? Yes, it has. I need next time I stream, I'm gonna stream when I have viewers, and I think I might unlist this one just because it wasn't really a good one at all. But once I get a mic, I assure you all, I will nerd about audio again. Sorry I'm eating in the middle of this, but it's like I need something to eat or whatever. But, what was I gonna say? Gonna say something. Anyways. Problem is, another problem with this is, if I buy this, and I get all of them to agree in a good scenario, like a dream scenario. Probably if I get all of them to agree, we've been doing the podcast for a while, and we're like, hey, we should invest more quality equipment. And that's what we'll be doing. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Also, problem is, I want to get my own stuff. So, for my channel, so if we split up, it's not like I'm out of material. Because we'd all buy our own mics, and we all own a portion of the Zoom, I guess. I don't know how that'd work if we split up. But, also, I'm sure if we bought the Zoom together, it'd let me use it to record my own stuff like that, my YouTube audio. Problem is, I don't want to. Zoom's better for recording a podcast. I don't want to have to unhook it and rehook it a different way every time I do it. So, I want to get focus right 4x4. Wow. 460. I mean, that comes with a bunch of stuff. And is that an NT1? That's not an NT1. Yeah, that's a Tascam. Which I'm sure is fine. Looks a lot like an NT1. Oh, more no doubt about audio stuff. Difference between 4i4 and 2i2. I'll show you in a different image because for some reason it's not showing up and it makes me really, really, really mad. Don't worry about it. It's 8 in, 6 out, right? Inputs 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, is this 5, 6 and this 7, 8? Because that's 8 inputs, 6 outputs, right? If I go to the back, outputs 4, 5, 6. Oh, there it is. So they're different types of outputs, right? Okay, I'm probably doing this completely wrong, and any audio engineers watching this, which they most definitely aren't, are probably going to be very mad at me. But, okay, that's 1. That's 5. There are 4, 5, 6. 6 inputs. 6 outputs. 2 more inputs. Okay. So how I've deduced this is I think it's... Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out in my own brain. Because I think 8i6 is 8 in, 6 out. So 8 inputs, 6 outputs. So I think it's... These are 2 inputs. So that's 1, 2. Plus 4, 6 inputs. Plus 1, plus 2. That's 8 inputs. And the outputs is all the outputs here. That's 4 plus an out. Plus an out. So it's 4 plus 2, 6. I don't know why I'm saying it like you guys don't know simple math. So I think these do count as inputs. Anyways, all I'm doing this is to show that this is an 8i6, and the difference between that and a 2i2, because to somebody who hasn't spent their past week studying this audio, they might look exactly the same. 2i2 is 2 inputs. Show me the back, please. There they are. It's not in the way I wanted it, but that's 2 outputs. So, that's why it's a 2i2. And I'm assuming the solo is a 1i1, technically. But, or a 1i2? Might be 1i2. Technically. I don't know, because it won't show me the back of it. Also, 18i8, 4 inputs, plus 4, it's 8, 9, 10 inputs, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I don't know. Anyways, point is, 8i8, it's nice. Again, doesn't have 6. It's what I want for a podcast. Also, 18i20 is really for a rack for like studio musicians, and it's like, I don't need that. I don't need something to put on a rack, and I don't need that. So a Zoom is probably my best option, or a mixer, which again, Behringer's NX, USB-X. There's way too many. Probably not way too many, but it's like, I don't need it. Also, this $200, easy. Which the H4 is $200 right now, and that's way simpler. So this versus the P4. I think I said H4 a second ago, but this versus the P4, I'd rather get the P4 because it's a lot simpler. But this versus the H6, I kind of want to get this more, but this is way more complicated. This is way more knobs. And also, right now, the H6 is just a little more expensive than it, right? H6 is like $320, we decided, right? So this is like $450, for like $70 more than this. You can get an H6, and it's way simpler, and it's more portable. So there's that. So there's debate between whether I want this because it's cheaper, or that because it's more versatile. But the thing with this is it's cheaper, and it comes straight off the bat with 6 inputs. The difference between that and the H6 is the H6 is less complicated, but off the bat it only comes with 4 inputs. You have to invest another $100 about to make it 6 inputs. So that's a problem for me. Also, again, I've heard Behringer, again, they kind of copy a lot of their ideas, but it's like, I don't, this sounds bad, and it kind of is, but it's like, I'm too poor for ethics. I'm not poor, but it's like, I don't have enough money to be ethical about my purchases. And also, if I tried to be ethical about all of my purchases, I'm sure, got this shirt at like a Kohl's or something. I'm sure it was made in a sweatshop or something like that. I don't know. Probably. Kohl's, don't come at me if it's not. I don't know where I got this. Anyways, it's been a very long rant about. It's a very long, incoherent rant about audio. Wish I had my thoughts more organized. So you see, this is why I script videos now. Also, again, like I said, I've been talking about this podcast. I'm gonna make two versions. There's gonna be this live version that always stays up. That's always gonna stay up on my channel. And it's gonna be uncensored for whatever I say. And then there's gonna be a revised version, which, let's say I do a 2-hour podcast. I'm going to try and cut it down to the funniest bits and cut out the long pauses or the places where I go a lot. So I'm gonna try and do that. And I'll cut out the swears. So they're like, I'm editing already. Why might as well not cut it? Might as well cut out the swears so I have a more appealing video to YouTube's algorithms. And it's like, if you want to hear me uncensored, it's like you can just watch the original one. It's fine. So yeah. And there are a lot of advantages to this. There are a lot of advantages to the H6. Also, I don't know if this one is going to be completely quality. I don't know how long this is going to hold up. I should read some reviews on it. But I've heard the H6 holds up very well. So, yeah. Also, okay. Is this the one I had on my screen before? Yeah. So, it's $320. And this is $320 with this thing. So I'm wondering if there's an H6 I can get with the attachment I want. That attachment I wanted to replace it with. I'm wondering if there's an H6 I can get with the attachment I want to replace this attachment with. And if that replaces that attachment, will it be the same price? $320, $200. So that's like $120 markup, but you have more options. But it's like, I don't know. I'll think about it. I have to use the restroom. I know my voice sounds completely dead, and that's because it is right now. Talking and drinking Mountain Dew, I don't know why I picked a Mountain Dew. It's like the worst thing to drink when you're going to talk for a very long, extended period of time. Let me choose my attachment, please. Oh, that's so weird looking. I mean, I know it's the exact same thing. This one's just blacked out. It's just weird to me. It looks a lot different. I'm sure they're about the same quality. It's just like this one looks less quality to me. It's just how it looks to me. I don't know. I'll do more research into it. Ooh, what's this? He says as he looks at another mixer. This one looks a lot simpler than the. This is a Zoom mixer. How much was the other mixer? Oh, but this one's $400. It's more than the H6. But here's the thing. See, like, it's like I like this about it, that it's so much simpler than the other one. It's like, that's why I really wish. Alert me if they do, please, because it'd be great. That's why I really wish they had a Rode Procaster with 6 inputs. That would be lovely. And I'm sure you can get an XLR splitter, but I don't know how well those work. And also, a huge benefit of having a mixer or an H6 or a Zoom is that you can adjust these levels independently. Like completely independently of each other. So let's say my friends are naturally louder than I am, which is probably true, especially in a conversation where they're talking. I tend to be the quiet dude. So when I talk, let's say I talk quieter than them. I don't know, I may talk about the same volume. But let's say I'm talking like I talk right now and I talk kind of low and quieter. You can raise my volume. Also, I'm not saying I'm not going to dive into this more on a different one, because I definitely will keep diving into this audio stuff, even though nobody cares except me. Is again, like, it's preamp gain, I believe. Is the right term, I think. Brain work. So it's not a after gain. So here's the thing. You can turn gain up in post. Like, let's say I go to Adobe Audition. I can turn gain up in post. I can even do it on what's it called? Adobe Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro. I was gonna disclose that I'm not sponsored by Adobe products, but I feel like I really don't have to. But that's what I use, just because I didn't buy it. No way I'm buying that crap. It's too expensive. I torrented it. Adobe don't come for me. Also, if you ever want to sponsor me in the future, when I theoretically have subscribers, forget that I ever said I torrented your product. I love it, and I would never steal from a multi-million-dollar company. Anyways, it's preamp gain, so it's clean. What I mean by that is gain from the mixer or for the audio interface is preamp gain. So let's say I recorded something, I turned the gain up in Premiere or Adobe Audition, which I don't like turning it up in Premiere because it's weird and only lets you go to a certain level. It's weird. I don't like it. And I haven't tried Audition. I need to. But I don't like editing my audio separately because it's weird. So you could turn it up in post. But then when you turn it up in post, like in Audition or Premiere, what happens is it gives your audio a lot more noise and I think compression. I think. Don't take my word on that, because just don't, because I'm not an audio expert. But it adds a lot of compression and noise, I believe. Like, and it's not great. It doesn't sound great. So, you know, in the back of videos, sometimes when you're stuff like that, yeah, it's really annoying. You hear, and it's like fuzzy noise in the background. It just adds more of that because it's digitally upping the audio. Whereas when it's going through a mixer like this, or a preamp, where think technically these are preamps. And this is a mixer. This is a mixer audio interface. This is an audio interface. So on a mixer, you move these sliders, those small sliders. You move these sliders to decide your gain. On a audio interface, you turn these knobs to do it, which there's a lot more differences than just that. There's also different types of audio interfaces. Okay. PreSonus. This has a visual meter, so it's good. And PreSonus is a reputable brand. Reputable. I think that's the right word. So I don't know. This one's about the same as. Anyways, point is, not all mixers are the same. Not all audio interfaces are the same. But point is, what was I gonna say? Point is, the main difference I see as an audio novice is mixers. Like mixers give you a lot more onboard options right here. Like EQ and stuff like that, which I don't know if this one has. I don't know. You can't zoom in on it, so it sucks. But like I haven't tried. I've tried. You can do this, but you can't zoom in on it. But I can't tell what any say. Anyways. Mixer, from an audio novice, you move sliders and you have a lot more options. Audio interface, you turn up gain just like that. And it's a monitor. I don't know why a monitor is so big on these, but I'll have to figure that out. Sorry. This is different than I was thinking of, because I think these are the headphone knobs. But anyways, point is, there's that, and I really like the sliders because it's more of a completely visual thing, and it also has a visual thing up here. So mixers are nice. Love to have a Rode Procaster. They're expensive. I would love to have a ton of Rode products, but they're expensive. NT1, NT1A, NT1. I think NT1 is what I grew up on. NT1 is what Stampy Cat used to record on. I can't believe I still remember that. But no, NT1A was what Stampy Cat used to record on. Not an NT1, I believe. Anyways, be great to have this, and also another difference. Okay, so I don't know. So I know this is a mixer. This audio interface. Don't know what this is considered. Like, don't know what one of, like, a zoom is considered. Where's my original? I can't find it. Don't know what a zoom is considered. Who knows? Not me, that is. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. It's so annoying when I forget what I was gonna say. Oh, some of them do, some of them don't have individual audio monitoring things. So H6 does this one have individual audio monitoring? Do not think it does. That's another problem. So, see this headphone jack right here? That's one headphone jack. There's another headphone jack. But basically one headphone jack for the whole thing. So you're either going to have to get an audio splitter for each of your headphones if you're going for each of your headphones, which means where's the monitoring switch? Does it have one? Oh, volume right there, which means all your volume is going to be the same. You can't individually, and so people's ears are obviously different. So my friend's volume, like, they might be able to listen to it at a quieter level and be fine, but I can't hear it that well. But if you just plug an audio splitter into there, and what I mean by audio splitter is it's not what I meant. Belkin five-way. This is the one I've been looking at. That's not the one I want. They're the same, but this one looks more quality. It looks like it has a thicker cable and that it's gonna break less often, or not break. So you get something like that. Let's say you get something like that. It this splits 5 ways. But when you adjust the volume, you guys are all gonna hear the same level of volume. So if it's too quiet for somebody, like, and it's fine for the rest of the people, that person is just gonna have to listen to it too quiet. If it's too loud for somebody, and like the rest of people, they're just gonna have to listen to it too loud. Like, it's not individual, but there are 1 second. Audio. It's not what I should search. Headphone split. Why is it not showing up? Come on. Show up, please. Headphone splitter 3.5. No, that's not what I want. 3.5 is the small one. I'm stupid. 1/4 inch. That's not what I want either. There it is. Something like this. There's something like this that how does this plug in? Let's see, Hudson. So you can get something like this, which does individually split your audio. So all these knobs adjust the things. It's a little more expensive, but the problem is I don't know if you can get it to go to a 3.5 jack. You probably can. But that'll split your audio individually. That's another $40, $30. How much is this? Yeah, like $30. This Rodecaster Pro. Sorry, I know this is very incoherent. Rodecaster Pro for audio split connections. Bada bing, bada boom. Right there, you just plug it in. Again, main thing with this is if you want 6 people, you're either going to have to get an XLR splitter, and then you can't individually turn up your audio. So that bugs me. And I would rather just have another XLR port. So 4 jacks, 4 headphones. But here's the thing with this. On board, you don't have to add anything else. You can individually turn up your audio if you have 4 people. So, let's go back to it. This looks complicated, and it is. But, let's say you want to individually split your audio here. For some reason, on this whole board with like 50 different things, I don't think there's individual headphone splitters, which you think with this many crazy knobs that, like, I'm sure you could have done without. Like, I'm sure they're helpful. It's just like, I don't need this many knobs. Like, all of this, you think they could have put, 4 individual audio things, or 6 individual audio things, like individual headphone ports, which I don't think they did. They may have, but I can't see anything on these blurry images that I can't zoom in on. So, yeah. Oh, can you not moderate to your audio at all? Oh, no, you can. Also, for some reason, you can't, there's not 2 audio things back here. Anyways, not there to look at that one. But you could plug something like this in again, and I'm sure they make one like this that has more split connections if you have more than 4 things. This plugs in with the TRS cable, I'm assuming. Actually, this one is a USB one. Is it only USB? I have no idea. No, it's not only USB, it's also TRS. So, as you can see, plug from the input, TRS cable to thing over here. And you can individually split your audio, which is nice. Which I'm sure they make a larger version somewhere. I don't know. It's a complicated thing, and I'm trying to decide what's right. So, again, we're starting a podcast, and I also just like learning about audio. So, I'm trying to learn about this stuff so I can create a roadmap so I can figure out the best path from where we are to what we need to get next to not buy stupid crap. Because I used to buy stupid crap all the time. Camera, microphone. Oh, how this got started. How this conversation got started. And I don't think I ever answered the thing I said. So, for the price of this, $150 we decided. The price of this, $100. It's $250. You know what I could have got? I could have got SM57 and a Focusrite Scarlett Solo. Focusrite Scarlett Solo, right? I'm sure I could have got it. Anyways, where I could have gotten PreSonus, which I think is a little bit cheap. Is there a Solo PreSonus? I'm sure there is. I don't see one, but I'm sure there is. Anyways, could have basically gotten that for $250. SM57, PreSonus, and that's the price of this microphone. It's not even counting the price of, so it's not that much, but what's it? You know the thing. Okay, the microphone I bought that came with this boom arm and stuff, probably like $40. Um, if I hadn't bought all of those, I could have bought a very more like less stuff, and I would have been happier with it. I would have had better audio by now. So yeah, that would have been great. But alas, I did not buy it, so it's very annoying. I very much wish I had. Again, podcast is probably going to get unlisted, so don't worry about it. Yeah. And it's probably uncomfortable to see me squirming around and stuff. Uh, One thing, I have anxiety, but that's not why I'm squirming around. I have to use the restroom. So I think I'm going to end the podcast here. I hope it was a good first episode of the podcast. I know it wasn't, but nevertheless, thanks for watching.